What's going on, everybody? Thanks for watching another edition of PNW Reviews, Vaping with Joe of All Vapes. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you very much. Please consider subscribing. Slam on that subscribe button. Today we're going to be talking about the Diamond VPC Kit from IJOY USA. And I mention IJOY USA in particular because it is the USA affiliate of IJOY Global, IJOY International. And, you know, they're all my friends, man. They're my partners in crime. They're really super good people. And IJOY USA is absolutely hustling, especially right now, to try and get the word out for some of the best products that ever came out on the market. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, but they are awesome stuff. So the Diamond VPC Kit is what we're talking about today. This is a pod lover's dream. It hits just about every major aspect of what you can expect from a quality mod on the market these days in terms of salt nic devices, traditional pod, and your standard traditional e-liquids. So you want to vape on something that is incredibly low profile. You're in an environment where you can't hit up the big puffs. The Diamond VPC Kit is definitely the one that you want to check out. So we're going to dissect this little guy. We're going to check out some of the schematics. We're going to go down below. We're going to see what it's all about. Then we're going to raise the camera back up. We're going to talk about this just a little bit more in depth. Okay guys, so here is the IJOY Diamond VPC Kit. Tops out at 45 watts with an internal 1400 mAh battery. Now they call it the Diamond VPC for two reasons. Number one, it is the miniature version of the dual 2700 IJOY Diamond mod. Awesome little mod. The VPC, however, stands for Vape, Pod, and Cannabis. Cannabis is pretty mainstream nowadays, and this is designed to take certain types of cannabis tinctures. I didn't get too much into that kind of thing. A lot of people are going kind of for the alternative lifestyle stuff nowadays, and you'll find a lot more companies are just converting and catering to those type of lifestyles these days. It's really not as taboo as it used to be once. 2 milliliter capacity for the standard pod that comes with this guy. Internal 2350 battery, and the kit comes with a lanyard, manual, warranty card, USB cable, can't forget the USB cable, and the IJOY VPC adapter. I'll show you all that good stuff. Okay, so this is the Diamond VPC Pod mod, as I like to call it. It's only 66 millimeters in length, and just for a quick comparison, this is the IJOY Avenger mod. And as you can see, I mean, obviously it's not an identical mod, but just the overall size difference is pretty obvious. You can see that this is an extremely low profile device. Okay, so a flush 510 front and back panel, nothing going on there. You got the little lanyard rod right there, so you can stick a lanyard there and throw it around your neck if you want to. You have the raised fire button, mini USB charge port, and of course the up and down ramp buttons. We're just going to turn this on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Diamond Bae. Woo. Okay. 3 clicks. Okay, puff reset. That's pretty standard for most mods these days. We're going to go to power now. So we can top this out at 45 watts, as it said, and we can down ramp this and just down, all the way down to 1 watt, a single watt. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to go to the next function, and that is for the pod. That is just the pod that comes with the Diamond Bae right here, okay? That functions in volts. Some solid important information to be released about certain viscosities, PG and VG ratio of a lot of the things that you're going to be using in terms of voltage and just total power output. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Go to the next one, joule, mile, and Juno. Okay, so what they're hitting up is different functions for the 3 top and most used pod devices on the market today. So what we're going to do is go back to 1, 2, 3, and we're just going to back it up and just stick with pod, and we're going to leave it at 3.5 volts. Even though it tops out at 3.8, we're going to leave it at 3.5. So there's a real simple explanation of why the differences of the voltage. If you're working with a 50-50 VG to PG ratio on, say, something like Saltnik, for instance, you're going to want to keep it around 3.3 volts. And that's pretty optimal for that type of viscosity. A 60-40 blend is something that's going to be a little bit thicker in the VG. You're going to kind of keep it at around 3.5, and that's going to be a lot of your standard Saltniks. Then, of course, if you're going to go any heavier in the VG, obviously the power output's going to go up. A 70-30, you're going to want to bring it up to 3.6. So let's take a look at this little pod device that comes with the Diamond Bae VPC. Okay, so this is the IJOY Pod, refillable, IJOY, lovely, 2 milliliter capacity, side filling with this little, lift this little rubber gasket hole right here and just boom, fill that guy up. So I got a little bit of Saltnik that already filled about, halfway. I put about a milliliter's worth of juice in there. And we're gonna stick this back on, and I'm gonna show you the Diamond VPC adapter that comes with this. You're gonna get the lanyard that comes with that guy. You're gonna get this awesome, sort of this little rubberized carrying sock, as I like to call it. So you pretty much just take the bottom portion off, line up the little triangular piece there, and boom, there you go. So if you want to thrust this thing in your pocket and you don't want to leak anything, I doubt if anything's ever going to leak out of this thing anyways. It's totally cool, it's totally cute, it's totally kitschy, and in my opinion, totally impractical because I'm probably never ever going to use it, but I digress. The VPC adapter is what's cool, too cool for school, okay? So you got the little VPC adapter that goes into the bottom portion 510 connector. This is going to be for your Mile and your Juno and your Juul pod, okay? So it's a really super ultra convenient little device. Pretty much just take your refill pods, boom, slip it right in here, screw it right over the top of the Diamond Bae, and you're solid and good to go. Stick that back on. Now, of course, you can vape traditional standard e-liquid on this guy. But like I said, I put a little bit of Saltnik in this bad boy. And we're topping out at 1.9 ohms. You can hear a little bit of fire there. Little bitty miniature puff. So at this point, I'm gonna bring the camera up. We're going to take a look and just kind of talk a little bit more about form and function, practicality in today's day and age of pod craziness, and what IJOY and IJOY USA is going to do just to make things a little bit smoother for you. Okay guys, so we've got our cute little IJOY Diamond VPC mod going on here, my little pod mod, if you will. Now I've got this thing full up with some Shijin Saltnik. Boom. I'm not specific. I think I've got the tiger's blood in this guy right now. It is one of the few Saltniks that I've actually tried. I will be completely and totally honest with all of you guys. I am not a Saltnik vapor. I don't really see any personal need for Saltnik for myself, but I do believe that Saltnik has its place in this market. It was one of those things that was an inevitable switch. Everybody was compliant with it and just came out with their versions. So when something like that comes out on the market, of course you're going to find device manufacturers are going to absolutely flood the market with different innovations and iterations of all kinds of aesthetic mods and devices and everything like that. It's just going to make our day a little bit shinier and brighter and happier, or teenier. When it comes to the shiny aesthetics, this thing does come in a literal rainbow of colors. So the one thing about pod devices, strictly mouth to lung. People that try these things so often get massively disappointed with the fact they're not just extracting these dragon puffs. You're not going to get that. And I think it's even when they already know what the purpose of a good pod device is. Practicality for the purposes of having just a little bit of something when you don't need a whole lot of it. Now, you throw the Saltnik craze on top of that, then you're talking a little bit more about traditional massive amounts of nicotine delivery, which is really all a vape device is. So we're not going to get into the social political stats and pinpoints on pods and Saltniks and all that stuff. But what I can tell you is that the Diamond Bae VPC Pod mod from IJOY is a pretty cool little device. That's about the extent of what you're going to get from this guy. Now, salt nic does take quite some time to get used to, and salt nic is also not for everybody. Pods don't necessarily have to be for the purpose of vaping salt nic. That's why the VPC kit allows you to also vape standard e-liquid. Watch your VG to PG ratios, because there are proper ways of vaping everything. So whether you want to go to the voltage or the wattage, a lot of people like specific power mode so they can, just kind of crank up the wattage all they want. I'm a traditionalist, I like my power mode, but when it comes to specifics, I like to know exactly what is going where I'm going to get the best burn for the taste value, best bang for my buck, if you will. And all the stats that IJOY passed down to IJOY USA and pretty much everybody else for the best use of the Diamond Bae are the numbers and the stats that I gave you guys. Cool thing is that this little guy also has all the standard protections. It has over wattage, under wattage. It has a low resistance, a high resistance warning, as well as a battery low. To let you know if the atomizer is just not fitting the 510 correctly. Best part about this little dude is the internal ceramic coil. Generally speaking, you never have to worry about this thing going dry. You just keep it nice and clean in between one e-juice to the next. Never have to swap out an old coil, and never have to buy coil refills, which is an awesome thing. There are other pod devices on the market where you do have to swap out different types of coils for either standard traditional e-liquid or salt nic. This one, all you have to know is the particular voltage and wattage per the type of liquid that you're going to be vaping. Now, you can get the entire kit for about 50 bucks. I'm also gonna put down into the description below a fatty discount that I'm gonna get you some 20% off awesomeness if you buy this thing at IJOYUSA.com. Now, a little bit of info on the new tariffs. If you guys haven't heard about the new tariffs, China is now paying huge tariffs on everything imported into the United States. The unfortunate drawback on that one for us is that everything is going to change price-wise due to the fact that we are now paying a little bit through the nose to compensate for the tariffs. Now, what does this mean in terms of IJOY USA? If you're going to buy anything from IJOY USA directly, that means the shipping is now not free for everything from $500 and below. Now, the reason for that is because there are still wholesalers all over the United States that are buying pretty much everything they can, hopefully from IJOY USA. The B of it is, even if you were to go to like Element Vape or a lot of the other online vape device stores, you're still going to pay an upgraded tariff price because of the tax and the cost and blah, 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 and all that stuff. But if you buy it from IJOY USA, the only thing you're paying now is shipping. Before the tariffs went through, every order on IJOYUSA.com below 500 bucks was free shipping. Now all you're doing is paying probably around $7 to $8 worth of shipping. If you watch me on Instagram, and you should if you don't, follow me there, I basically kind of broke down the math for you. I mean, you could go onto IJOY USA, you could buy around an $80 kit mod, like the Saber kit, for instance, and just pay $7 to $8 worth of shipping, probably bringing it closer to around 90 some odd dollars, or you could pay 15 to 25% right off of the retail value on top of that without having to pay the shipping. IJOY USA really wanted to make it simple and just a little bit more attractive to a lot of the customer base while still making sense, because they had to buy a huge quantity of equipment and all the devices from China recently. They stocked up like a bee. So you want the best deal, use my discount, JoeVapes20 at IJOYUSA.com. You're gonna get away with paying shipping, but who cares? You'd pay shipping costs anywhere else. And for some of the best products that I've seen on the market, IJOY really has it going on, okay? So the Diamond VPC Kit. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions on the Diamond Bae VPC Kit, definitely slam something in the comment section below. Toss me a DM on Instagram, message me here on YouTube, or even email me at joeofallvapes@gmail.com. Once again, IJOY USA, thank you so much for supporting Joe of All Vapes. Really love and appreciate you guys as per usual. Thank you so much for watching my review. If you haven't had the opportunity already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter as well. This is Joe of All Vapes, URI in that vaping sky. Wishing you to stay humble. Love yourself. Spread the love, guys. Keep it extraordinarily cloudy. Help those animals. And the New York City Second Chance Rescue link is going to be down below in the description below. Please check that out. Donate to your heart's content. The animals need our help, guys. And whatever you do, do it all with a fashionable pinky out. Hey everybody, this is Joe of All Vapes. Thank you for watching. For the best in vape reviews, pound that subscribe button. And don't forget, vaping saves lives.